Hello, English 2 students, and welcome to the perspective unit. That is what we're going to be focusing on this week. This week, there will only be one actual mandatory assignment due on Monday, April 26th, and that is the project that's associated with this. That is because of EOC testing. I do not know who will be in class, who won't be in class. I know for virtual kids, that does not matter. But just to make sure everything is on a equivalent playing field. The annotations this week for everything that you read will be optional. I'd still highly recommend doing them. You're going to have to read the stories no matter what. So you might as well take the annotations and get the easy points that associate with them. There's no mandatory minimum of annotations this time around. I would just basically say, like, you've been doing this long enough, you should kind of have a good idea of what are enough annotations, what's not. Like if you only have like maybe 3 or 4 annotations, you probably don't have enough annotations. But that's all I have to say about that. Let's actually talk about the assignment. So let's talk about the assignment. So let me pull this up. So our learning target is that you will understand the importance of considering perspective in today's society. And I cannot stress that enough. I've seen how y'all interact with one another and just kind of how things have been going. Like it does not, like I understand that you probably have a firm grasp on the idea of perspective, but you don't necessarily take that 1,000-foot view and see how different people's lives, how different people have lived, the different things that they've interacted with help go into shaping how they view the world. And I don't think sometimes y'all can understand that sometimes people can view things from 2 different types of perspectives. But that's what we're going to try to focus on this week. So we're going to be reading 3 pieces that deal with perspective. Actually, they deal with 2 different sides looking at a similar topic, and they come to different conclusions. Anyway, this week you'll be interacting with a variety of texts that explore perspective. At the end of this week, you will either write an essay, record a podcast, or create a video synthesizing your learning from this week. Regardless of the medium you chose, your final product will contain the following. So you're going to be either doing any of those, but it has to have these things in it. You will start off by answering the question, what is perspective, in your introduction. You will be defining perspective in your own words. So explain to me what perspective is. That's the introduction. Explain what perspective is. Then in your body, you will then dedicate a body paragraph to each of the excerpts we read and an example of your choosing. In these paragraphs, you will focus on how these pieces show us perspective. So we're going to be reading 3 pieces. We're going to be reading a piece about the 3 little pigs. We're going to be reading a piece about called Flipped. And we're also going to be reading excerpts from The Hate You Give. So you're going to dedicate a body paragraph to each of those 3 pieces. And then you're going to dedicate one last one to a topic of your choosing or something of your choosing. It can be anything as long as it deals with perspective. It could be another movie. It could be a piece of literature. It could be a YouTube video. It could be a historical event. It could be just as long as it's talking and exploring perspective, you can roll with it. But in these paragraphs, you will focus on how these pieces show us perspective, how they are bringing us into this idea of perspective. Your conclusion, you'll end this by explaining why this is important to understand. Why is it important for us to understand different perspectives in today's world? So why is it important for us to consider other people's perspectives? So the project is worth 100 points. I will be grading it holistically. Is due a week from today, as I'm posting this on April 19th. So it will be due a week from now, and it will be, and it's worth 100 points. April 26th is the day it's due. It's the only mandatory assignment this week. All the other assignments I highly encourage you to do because you're going to have to read them anyway, but they're optional. Those would be the annotations over the 3 little pigs, the annotations over Flipped, the annotations over The Hate You Give. All right, that's all I have for you. If you have any questions, please email me, pdavidson@porterville.k12.mo.us. I'll see you later. Bye.